What up, guys? Today I'm gonna be continuing the day trading kind of playlist or journey that I've been learning. I'm kind of rolling on this ball right now. I don't know if I mentioned in the last video that me and my friend are going to start a car detailing business. I'm pretty much gonna run everything, like more of the business. He's just gonna do the actual car detailing. So I'll get all the clients and marketing, finances, all that stuff, which I'm really excited about. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, Jeff, you kind of have your hands full. Like, what is this? Guys, I'm locked right now. Don't worry. But I just kind of wanted to go over my day. I know I went over day 1. I have day 2, day 3, and day 4 that I'm just gonna briefly talk about. So day 2, I learned about candlesticks. What I learned was different patterns, and the big thing that I took away from that was that there are only really certain candles that really matter. So the big thing, I don't know if you guys can see this, is really learning what these do. Like, learning the actual point of a candlestick, not just looking at it and being like, oh, that's a candlestick. Actually being able to say that if you look at this and we're going in an uptrend or it's a green one, that the market opened right here. This is the lowest that the market went. This up here is the highest that the market went, but that's where it closed. Understanding that kind of switched my mindset a little bit, because I didn't just look at it as like, oh, it's a candlestick. Yeah, it's in an uptrend, blah, blah, blah. I was able to look at like, okay, so it went that high or it went that low, but it was able to bounce back up, and that's where it closed at. For example, I think they're Doge ones, like this right here. It opened right here. This is the highest that it went, just a little bit higher, but it went all the way down here. It didn't close down there. It rebounded, went all the way up, and closed up there. That can go for an uptrend or a downtrend. I went uptrend pointing down, but whatever. And the homework was to find 10 examples of that. But some notes that I had written down for the candlesticks was, don't take trades off candlestick patterns, just use them as like a book, is what I put. Kind of read the candlestick patterns, don't trade directly off candlestick patterns. Wait for the actual candlestick whatever to close before you do anything. Like, if it's near a break of structure, wait for it to close, because like the candlesticks, the wick could go above, but it might close below the break of structure. You know what I mean? Which I believe either one is break of structure. I don't know. Still learning. But then homework was just to find 10 examples of that Doge candle with the wick and stuff. So I did that. Circled them all right there. You can see it right there. These are all actual examples. I think I found on NVIDIA. I just tracked back and looked for a bunch of them. And here are all the patterns that I found with them. A lot of check marks. A lot of either ups or downs, so forth. Day 3. Day 3 wasn't really about trading. It was kind of just a check-in and about discipline. Because there's discipline in general. Guys, TJR talked about this in his videos, made it so happy because you guys already know I preach this all the time, is discipline. And his homework for this was to set some goals, like to do every day. And you don't, kind of like what I do sometimes, which obviously you can see in the background, I haven't stuck to it, making my bed every day. That's discipline. Doing that every day is discipline. You guys probably are like, oh, that's so easy. I can do that every day. Do it then. See how many days you last. You're probably not going to do it every day, because one day you're going to be like, oh, it doesn't really matter. I'm kind of tired today. I'm kind of bored. whatever, it's not a big deal. And then later you'll realize, oh my gosh, I failed. That sucks. Discipline is a lot harder than people think. Getting uncomfortable with your habits. A big example of discipline for at least me was when I was a bigger guy, getting in the gym. Was very self-conscious. It sucked at first, you know. I was very uncomfortable, as well as my friends. I didn't like going to the gym alone because I was too scared. But yeah, a positive habit every day. Be conscious of benefiting myself with different actions. Benefiting myself with different actions. I think I meant that like making my bed and I don't want to. Like, be conscious in that moment that I'm saying no to myself and that I am failing. So like knowing that it's going to benefit me if I do it, but me telling myself I'm not going to do it, that's bad. So like being conscious about it usually kind of helps me actually do it, which I kind of need to. You couldn't tell I'm failing. And then kind of just a note to myself was be honest with myself and be brutally honest with the fact that I'm not working hard enough. Kind of ask myself, would everyone be proud of me right now? Look at myself in the third person and be honest with my actions. It's never enough. So like laying in bed scrolling on TikTok when you should be learning or doing something more productive. It's more of like, imagine you're standing in the corner of your room looking at yourself laying in bed, because at least for me, I love pushing other people to their limits and helping them benefit them. So thinking about myself in the third person kind of puts me in that position and kind of helps me a little bit, and be like, kind of imagine myself looking at me being like, come on dude, what are you doing? You're just being a lazy piece of crap. Come on, get out of bed. And actually saying that out loud to yourself does really help. Like I did it this morning and it helped me get out of bed. I got up like 30 minutes early and it helped. 3 big things I put on here, at least for trading, was discipline, no emotional trading, and risk management. For my summary, I literally just put discipline with a greater sign over motivation, because discipline is so much better than motivation. I love preaching that. Day 4, the last one I'm going to go over today, was trends. I literally just went over this, so this is fresh knowledge to me. Okay, yeah, I was reading that, and I was like, what did I mean by that? Gains momentum off of a push. So when you talk about different trends, like an uptrend or a downtrend, which is literally when the price goes up or the price goes down. Down is a downtrend, up is an uptrend. It's pretty simple. Just quickly, this is basic knowledge for most people, but if you don't know, and this is an uptrend right here, we see higher highs because as it's in an uptrend, this is a higher high than the previous one. This is a higher low than the previous one, making it an uptrend. We can see the same for this. There is a lower low because here was a higher low, and then below that it went down, so now that's a lower high because it went down and went up. Lower low, lower low. Or, well, low and then lower low. But what I mean by gaining momentum off of a push is like, if I'm going to use his same example, is if you push a ball on a flat surface. It's kind of like science. That ball is going to keep rolling because you pushed it and gave it momentum. Same as the market. It moves because it has momentum off of it. Now, I'm still kind of stuck, like, how does it get momentum? I think that's just something in the market that people don't know. Maybe I'll learn it later on. Not sure. Some other things I have on here: trade with the trend, low time frames, trade with liquidity sweeps. Oh, trade with liquidity sweeps on low time frames. Comparing it, if you're trading in the 1 minute, kind of predict where you're going to go off of higher time frames, because if there's a 4-hour time frame and it's in a downtrend and it's very obviously in a downtrend, then what do we think about the lower time frames? It's probably going to be in a downtrend too. Now, this is all fresh knowledge to me, so if anyone thinks that I'm wrong, anyone knows that I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm not going to preach that I'm 100% right. This is just what I believe off what I've learned. Now, he was talking about liquidity sweeps, and I did not know what a liquidity sweep was, so I paused the video, went over, ChatGPT'd it, did some research, and I just want to share to you guys the summary of a liquidity sweep that I got. And I wrote down, a liquidity sweep is a strat in markets where large orders are executed to quickly sweep up liquidity from the order book. This happens when large institutions institutions like big, I think they're called firms. No, that's a law firm. The big groups of people that trade stocks every day to make money. I don't know what the name is. Or just people with a lot of money. Institutions execute significant buy or sell orders which absorb available liquidity at different price levels. So that's what I had. So from that, I believe it is literally just the large candlesticks going down or up, because that's a lot of push in one direction when it's like a large, long candle. That's what I'm assuming that liquidity sweeps are. And then the homework was to identify where I think the price will go for some stocks. And it's January 29th right now. I wrote these predictions at 2:15. So we can see this is where it started. The market went down, up. We see it going in a downtrend and it going right here. And I looked at it and it did not have a break of structure. It looked very close but didn't have a break of structure. So for my prediction, I said that I think it's going to go down. Whether over here, the S&P 500, we kind of see an up, kind of static, a complete down. I believe that would be a liquidity sweep right there as it goes down. We see a little high, some static right here. And I don't really show it that well, but it was in an obvious downtrend right here. And then it shot up, broke structure right here. And that's why I predicted that it would go in an uptrend to go up, because it broke the structure. Because usually it doesn't have a higher high and then go down. It usually has a lower high and then continues in that downtrend. So that's what I predicted for those. And then next is day 5. I don't know what that one is. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight or tomorrow. But I'm definitely starting to gain confidence in my knowledge. I think this is very good for me. And if anyone has stayed to the end, I will be making a video soon going over this startup of, like, complete raw footage startup of this business that we plan on doing. Maybe I'll invite him in the video. And yeah, we'll just talk about, like, the name and everything. Literally from start until we keep going. I'll maybe keep it a new series on here, keep this a different thing, and yeah. I think I talked about this. I plan on doing 2 more websites. I want to say that I'm not giving up on websites, but I'm using it as a lesson, because I think I kind of just rushed into doing this website thing as a freelancer. Obviously, it takes very long to get good at that type of thing. I wasn't very passionate about it. I enjoyed the creativity, but I was kind of just looking at it as a quick cash grab. And, I mean, it kind of is, but it's not sustainable type of thing. I plan on trying 2 more people. I will document all of that, show you guys if I make any money off of it. And then after that, I'm kind of just going to use it as a skill to apply to my own businesses. And if I do drop shipping sometime, I'll apply it to that and whatnot. But yeah, that was just a little update on you guys for my knowledge and everything that I've learned. Kind of just a summary of day 2 through 4. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. If you think wrong against anything I said, let me know. I'm also trying to learn, just document my journey. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.